All right. All right, guys. So let me just make sure I'm recording. Yep, I am. So, like I said, my name is Kathy Martin. I'm executive leader with Young Living. And yeah, these are all about kind of essential oils and how they could really help you kind of emotionally, right? So we're just going to talk about some uses and kind of like what an oil is first. Big thing is tossing the toxins. You guys, self-care, is it just like, when we talked about self-care, it's not just taking a bath. It's not just, yes, I use my oils. We're going to talk about that. It's not just, going for a walk. It's not just that, it's also taking care of your body. It's not just taking care of your mind or your body or your spirit. It's all of the above. Self-care is really taking care of everything. So tossing the toxins is kind of a big thing that I'm into and I've been into. And I was just a lot less healthier a couple years ago, and we started removing toxins, and I just recently started removing food toxins and lost around 40 pounds. So super exciting. And that did definitely help because I was not happy with myself. It doesn't really matter what size you are or really what you look like, but as long as you're happy with yourself, that was a big thing. And I needed to kind of get in the mindset to make a lot of different changes. And a lot of these things I'm going to show you guys tonight. Feelings Kit, we're going to talk about something called a good day protocol. They really helped me get in that mindset to, remove these things and be the healthier person that I am today. I still need some work, right? But, everybody does. No one's perfect. All right. So Dr. Gary Young is actually the founder of Young Living Essential Oils, and he founded the company around 26 years ago. And his goal was kind of to have essential oils in every home. For a while, I heard that and I was like, oh, cool. Yeah. And now I'm just like, yes, everybody needs these, You may not take them internally. You may not, use them for things on your body or on your face. But I am telling you, the power of just opening a bottle and smelling it. This is called joy, and I feel it, right? And it's very powerful when you pair them with affirmations. So he did this thing called a good day protocol that we'll talk about tonight. But he really had a lot of Gary really had a lot of pride in also his farms. And basically what an essential oil is, it is a volatile substance derived from plants containing natural smell characteristics of the plant, extracted primarily through steam distillation, potent, volatile, and versatile. So you can, 1 or 2 drops goes a really long way. You can use them a lot of different ways. And like I said, Gary was very into the purity of how essential oils are extracted, and even not just that, but how the plants are grown. Sorry, that slide. So Young Living seed to seal is actually the process that Young Living follows. Is they don't, a lot of companies might say like, oh, well, peppermint oil, lavender oil, I see that at like the store, I'll just go get that, right? Because it's cheaper because it's already pre-diluted, and you don't really know what it's pre-diluted with. A lot of those companies, they kind of they mix their oils with different things, and you're not exactly sure what, and it's not a safe thing that they might be diluting it with. So you really have to be cautious with that. But like, for example, someone I think gifted me an essential oil, and it was like all these caution things on the label about like, don't put on your skin, it'll burn. And I'm just like, this is terrifying. This is not what I want to use. So basically Young Living has over 100 farms in like 70 countries, and they really take the pure seed and they cultivate it. They do not use pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, any of those things that cause, a lot of that are toxic, and there's toxins in them, and they cause a lot of different health things going on. Next week is actually a detox your home class. Super interesting. We break down the endocrine system, talks about what these toxins do to our body and ourselves and our kids, right? So we don't want that. But they really take the purest of the plants and they distill them, test them. They make sure that everything is, and it is 100% pure great essential oil. And I have actually used other oils. I remember using peppermint. My doctor recommended me get peppermint oil for like when I was feeling nauseous, and I got some and at the pharmacy actually, and it didn't really do much. And then I tried the Yuang Feng Living, and it definitely made a difference. So the premium oil makes a difference. Sorry about these slides. These literally say the same thing. It's just they're not going. So disclaimer, I am not I am not a health professional. I am not a psychiatrist or anything like that. I am oils are not intended, I'm not intended to diagnose or prescribe, treat, anything like that. Oils are not intended to cure anything, but you will hear some of my stories. And I do have a very, very long history of mental health. I have struggled with a lot of different things. I've struggled with abuse and addiction and neglect and all the things that really, someone with emotional trauma goes through. So these things have really helped me. And, I might not go into specific stories about my past. We'll be here all night. But these are things that have really helped me get from the bottom to where I didn't want to live at some point. Like I didn't want to live at some point, and I needed to make changes. And those changes weren't just using my essential oils, but those oils and those affirmations and the processes that I'm taking to better myself. Oils are a big part of it, and they really have helped me emotionally and mentally. So that's what I want to share, because that's a big part of my self-care, is caring for my brain. But all different ways that you can use oils. My favorite and best way to really use oils for emotional support is aromatically. You can get a diffuser. You can also rub between your palms and inhale something called, I like this name, it's kind of silly, it's called a scent tent. So you can just cup your hands, put an oil in your hands, cup your hands. Right, and that's kind of what I do. I literally have a space in my closet that I have kind of can push some clothes away and just sit there, and it's under my oil rack, and my kids will and I'll shut my closet doors and they'll be like, mommy, no, mommy, change the channel. I'm like, they can wait to change the channel. Like they're just running back and forth, but you know what, you got to do it. So this is my favorite way. I love to even go bring my diffuser and put it in the if I don't have it in the bathroom, I'll put it in the bathroom and diffuse in the bathroom. I love to set up the environment kind of with that aromatic effect and that aromatherapy aspect in the room. So I will actually add oils to a diffuser maybe like 10-20 minutes before people are waking up in the morning to come out into the main room, or maybe 10-20 minutes before, like I said, I'm going to take a bath, or before we're going to bed, or maybe before I'm coming down to do some work. Right. So I'll kind of do that to set up the room so that when I go walk in that room, then in 10-20 minutes, it smells like that oil. And I really kind of get that aromatherapy. Oils are also helpful used topically. Can rub on the areas of the skin. Use a carrier oil. We will talk a little bit about that. Add drops to your chest before shower. That is one of my favorite things to do. In the morning, I like to add like citrus oils because they're like awakening, or like a eucalyptus. And at night, I kind of, maybe like a lavender or calmer oil, things like that. So, and you can even add them to bath salts or bath water. If you guys know Nikki Ann, she makes some amazing bath bombs and stuff. I just got some, so super excited. But you can really get creative with using oils topically. A lot of the things that I'm going to talk about tonight and show you are actually my favorite things, because they have like protocols. I'm someone that needs like steps, and these have steps that you can read or you can listen to, and it says put the oil on the back of your neck, or put it on the bottoms of your feet, and it tells you like where to put them topically. So I definitely like those directions. You can also ingest oils and, you know, add them to your water or drinks. I actually really like to add lavender to my water or my tea at night. And lavender is really floral. So what I will do is I will just take a toothpick and put it right in the center of this oil bottle, and then just switch it around, because like I said, one oil goes a really long way. And sometimes that's just too much, even when you're drinking things. So I actually have a lot of oils I put in vegetable capsules as well for emotional support and hormonal reasons. I had twins, and I had postpartum depression pretty severely for like 3 years. And finally I figured out, after all these pellet shots, and after I was put on lithium and I literally couldn't function, I just said, I'm just going to try these things that I have, and whatever, like they might not work. And it did. And I used something called Progessence Plus. I apologize, I didn't bring it down. Progessence Plus, and it's a serum. I rub it on different parts of my body, and I've added frankincense oil I put under my tongue every day to support my my depression, and it's really definitely helped. I also, in a capsule, I add different things. I add sclarescens, clary sage, which are really good to support your hormones, endoflex, which is good to support your endocrine system, digize and peppermint for my stomach, things for my immune system. So I have seen a difference. Did this happen overnight? No. Did sometimes I make these changes and I was like, is this freaking working? Yeah, I did. The Progessence Plus, I was like, I don't know if this is working. 3 months later, I was like, this is working. Like, I'm feeling so much better. And, you know, I'm just finding different ways that helps me. I know some people that they've used frankincense under the tongue, it doesn't really work for them. So they use it on the back of their neck. So finding different ways to use the oils is really fun. And I love to help people do that too. So, all right. Some quick tips. Like I said, we're going to dilute with carrier oils. So I'm going to talk a lot about using some oils topically tonight. And basically, I really think that using a carrier oil is definitely important when you're first starting. I don't use them for certain times now, because I've just been using them for a while. But when you're first starting, or if you have sensitive skin, and what I mean is just kind of an oil to help take that essential oil you're using and rub it on that area. So you don't know how the oil is going to react to your skin, so you're diluting it. And it's also helping you use that essential oil. So you're not using 10 drops of essential oil, you're only using 2, and you're carrying it through like that larger area of your body, right? Like on your back, 1 or 2 drops of essential oil is not going to take it if you use a carrier oil. I like to use any fatty oil, like you can use like canola oil, olive oil. I like to use jojoba oil, Jojoba. I'll type that in the chat actually. I get it on Amazon. It is the closest one to your hair, to your skin and nails. So some can use coconut oil, the like liquid one. I've used that. I like it on my body, but I don't like it on my face. So really, it depends on what works for you. Never want to add oils to like sensitive areas, your eyes, ears, things like that, right? Vitality oils are properly ingested or put or cooked with, baked with, or put into drinks or capsules. But if you do experience, for example, like if sometimes there's oils that are hot, it will feel like a jalapeno or something that is too hot in your skin. For example, peppermint might do that. So you just take more of the carrier oil, not water, and you dilute that more. And that is definitely a way to help relieve that. So just be really careful with those hot oils, like peppermint. I'll rub a drop of peppermint on my stomach's or my husband's stomach, and he will be like, oh my gosh, what is that? And we'll just put some hair oil. But like I can handle 1 drop, but he can't. So it really depends on your skin and your use and things like that. So All right, I am going to, all right. I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite oils and just kind of talk about how they've really helped me, right? So I'm going to catch up on some comments here, but I really want to know what do you know about essential oils? And hold on, wait before I mean, obviously you know what I just taught you, but wait till answer after I say this. So are you a number one, like you use them every day, you just want to learn how to support your emotions more? Are you number two, where you're just kind of like dipping your toes in? You maybe have a few oils and you're thinking about maybe getting some more, but you just want to you know, you're not really sure about the use and you want to learn more? Or are you number three, where you're like, I have no idea, this is really intriguing, teach me more? So are you a one, two, or three? Let me know. Awesome. Learning how to do self-care. And self-care is not something that like comes natural to know, you guys. It's not like, oh, like you don't do self-care, like how, like it's not, it's really something that you have to really, like I said, it's not just your body and your mind and emotions or your soul or whatever, it's everything, right? Definitely ways to help with stress we'll talk about. I'm excited that Ashley and Katie, I'm excited you girls are here too. I'm excited. Yes, joy is amazing. Um, yeah, I do really have a place in my closet. You want to come hang out there? So, well, you don't have any kids at your house, so I'm just coming to your house. So I do. I literally, when I decluttered, I was like, all right, I was like, oh, what do I put here? My butt. That's what I put. That's what I'm gonna put. Is there certain oil you can drink compared to what you would diffuse in the diffuser? So I love this question. All oils you can really diffuse. All oils you can use topically, just some of the ones, like I said, the hotter ones, you want to be careful when you're using them topically. And now Young Living does have a whole line for vitality oils. And Sam, thank you for answering that. Vitality oils for digestion. But for example, I have a lavender oil right here. It's purple. This isn't a vitality oil, but if you did see a white bottle with like a purple lavender label from Young Living, it's the same thing that's in the bottle. The FDA doesn't allow essential oil companies to have topical and ingestible directions on the bottle, so they just have the different ones. But like if I wanted lavender in my water and I ran out of the white, I could just use this. So and let's see, number one, are there any oils that tend to make a person have more of an angry disposition? That's really interesting. So I am not sure about that. If there's oils that will tend to make you more angry, I would think that if there's oils that you're not enjoying, they're not going to be pleasant to you, right? So that's something as well. Also, something about we're going to talk a little about, I'll talk a little bit about the liver right now. Where we hold liver, or where we hold anger and resentment and things like this, is actually in our liver, right? So our liver is a place where toxins can be held um, as well. So it's really interesting because when people are like super angry or things like that, I kind of have them say, like, kind of look like, what's going on with your liver? How are you taking care of your liver? So to be honest, personal experience, I know the people that drink more are just angry. That's my personal experience. People that drink more alcohol become more angry. So I just kind of think of that because alcohol really affects your liver. But I do know for kind of there's one called Juvaflex, There's an oil called Juvaflex because I do have a lot of kind of that postpartum. I get that like not as much anymore because I've regulated my hormones, but my hormones will give me that like postpartum rage where I would just get like so angry. Like my kids are spilling water on the floor outside on the ground. Like I'm gonna flip out. Like what? I used to teach special education with kids that were like 20 years old that would like throw their lunch on the wall. Why am I getting upset with this? So I've added Juvaflex to my capsules. I take it internally. I definitely have that one. I'm a half. You're a, yeah, your problem, Pam. You're a half. 1, 2. I know what that means. All right. I have a diffuser. I'm not sure how else to use them. Wait, what? I didn't know that. What do you not know about? Okay. So Katie, well, I love that you're here because, we'll talk about use. And if you ever want to just have like a one-on-one with me, let me know. We can, talk about those. But one of my favorite ways to actually, one of my favorite ways to start the day, and it depends on what I'm kind of going through. Every day I really start the day with something called a good day protocol. And it consists of 4 oils, 1 Valor, which you'll actually notice that Valor also starts in another kit that we're going to talk about. Valor is really, really, really good for setting your intentions and really like supportive for kind of confidence and things like that. So it is one of my favorite oils. In the 3 sets of oils I'm going to show you guys, it's in all 3 of those. So it is definitely a favorite. So Valor I use, and then the next one I use in this good day protocol is Joy. And don't worry, if you guys, what I will do to the Facebook event is I will post this good day protocol because I have it. Joy is the next one. This is just one to kind of talk about. I put it over my heart, and I just say that I am. I'm not going to say my full affirmations right now, but I say that my heart is joyful. And I just say that 3 times. And I really think about that. I take the moment. I make sure that I'm in the moment and that nothing's going on around me or anything. When I'm doing this, I wake up early, and this is one of the first things I do. The next one is Harmony. It definitely brings me some peace to support me, and it helps me kind of say that it's going to be okay, like throughout the day, right? It's going to be okay. And White Angelica is one that I put on, and I tell myself that I am safe throughout the day. I am someone who I get very, very, very overwhelmed with my emotions, like very overwhelmed with my emotions to where I can literally just be having a conversation about something and get emotional. Like I can, and it doesn't even have to be about something that is even emotional. Like I'm just a very passionate person. And I'm very emotional, and that's like kind of, my husband's like, why are you always so emotional? Like wearing that I'm like pregnant or something all the time. But no, that's just how I am. And this really helps me regulate it, because that's not a bad thing to be a passionate and emotional and show your emotions. But there are times where I don't think right, and those emotions, they kind of take a turn for not where I want them to go, right? So this kind of oils just really help me regulate. Even if I'm having a good day throughout the day, I'll still go and just like use my oils here and there because they just help me kind of keep regulated. So this is a good day protocol. Like I said, I basically put an oil on a part of my body. I say an affirmation with it 3 times. That's it, right? And then I get on with my day. So this is really nice because you can even I've even done this like even when I'm kind of getting ready. So if I'm putting I don't really put on makeup in the morning, but like I'm getting ready kind of in the morning, I will kind of like put this on as well. I do think it works best when I sit and do it in quiet, but it is still effective if I'm doing it quickly. So that's something I really like to use every day, and I've noticed that it helps me. But now I'm actually really glad that I am doing this class tonight because it's February, and you guys know what? February is a really, really hard month, right? February is a really hard month. My husband lost his brother years back, and it was just kind of a whole month of an incident, and then a death, and then a funeral. And like February is a really short month, so it's basically, if those things are like a week apart, it's the whole month. And it's really it really takes a toll on you emotionally, not just that month, but you realize takes a toll on you emotionally before that month, because you realize what that those emotions are going to do to kind of affect the other person, and then and affect you as well. And so I'm starting to realize that I think the Good Day protocol is, I need to take a little break from it in the morning, because this is something that helps me during those really hard times, this feelings kit. Now, there are times that when I first used this, I used this for 30 days. And now I use it as needed. And I really, really significantly think that if you're using this for 30 days at first, it makes a significant difference. But I have used this for specific areas of emotional trauma to kind of go through specific incidences that have maybe happened in my life. And I will also go, can use this just in a general kind of thing. So what the feelings kit is, it's, and you've heard of these two before, it is valor and harmony. So valor, sets those intentions. Harmony kind of brings that peace. This is a really difficult one to kind of go through. Forgiveness. What these oils do, you may be thinking, like, well, what do they do? Like forgiveness. You put these oils on, you say these affirmations, and like I said, you're not just like putting them on, all right, great. Okay, I'm set for the day. Good, go. No, you sit down and you really think about this. You get yourself in. And I do these with people. If people are wanting to do these, I will get on Zoom, or I will send even recordings of my voice with the affirmations. I will do different things. But there's affirmations, and then you could do it specific. I do it specific. For example, I had a very, 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 very hard time breastfeeding my twins. And I had a very, very, very hard time forgiving myself that it was okay that even though, they were fed, they were still babies. I had a very hard time. So for a very long time, I, wouldn't just say the general affirmation. I would literally say, I forgive myself for not being able to produce for my children. I say that out loud. I forgive myself for not being able to produce for my children. And if you don't have kids, or if you, if you didn't go through some of that, it was just really, really hard on a mom, like emotionally. And it really definitely kind of spiked my postpartum depression. And this feelings kit really helped me forgive myself for not being able to produce naturally for my kids. My kids are still eaters. Oh my God, they don't stop eating, right? But at the time, this was very, very difficult, right? Yeah, Pam, February is a hard month, lady. I'm so sorry to hear that. And you told me that the other day too. And then release oil is another one. So I'll put this on now. I really will think of these situations, and sometimes it's really hard, right? Like sometimes, I don't know, like sometimes I'll get in an argument with like my spouse that was really emotional, or, we're very like passionate kind of people, both of us, so very emotional, and maybe I'll get in an argument. And maybe like the next day, I'll do this, and maybe I have to do it the next day too, because not all those feelings were released, right? So, and I like how it kind of sets your intentions and brings you a little peace. But what this feelings kit does is it brings up the negative feelings and emotions. And you might think like, oh, I don't want that. You need that. We need that. We need to bring up these negative feelings and emotions, right? How am I going to get over the death of my brother-in-law if I don't think about what happened, right? So these are things, I'm not forcing myself to kind of think about them all day, every day, but when I'm ready and when I want to think about these things that were traumatic to me, or that are kind of like just going through, That's what I do, right? And it is hard, but when you get over that little hump, isn't it better? Right? Like, what happens every time we go over a hill? We go over a hill. It's way easier going back down, right? So that's kind of how it is with emotions, and how we're dealing with emotions is we don't, a lot of times we don't want to think about those things. We don't want those emotions to come up. We don't want to think about them because we're going to cry, we're going to be angry, we're going to be hurt, we're going to be frustrated. But those are emotions. I'm actually teaching feelings to my kids this week. And in my play group, I'm doing things all about emotions, which reminds me, I have to do a video. But I'm not just teaching my kids, are you happy? Are you silly? Are you surprised? I'm also teaching them, are you sad? Are you angry? Are you frustrated? Right? I'm not just teaching them, what does it look like when you're happy or you're silly or, I'm also teaching them, what does it look like when you're sad? Because we have these too, right? My kids have seen me cry. And at first I was like, oh my God, I can't have them see me cry. No, it's okay. They come in, Mommy, why are you crying? Well, sometimes Mommy's sad. I cry a lot, so I do try and hide it sometimes. But like sometimes Mommy's sad, and sometimes I just have to cry a little bit, right? Or Mommy, it's been a really rough year. We've had to talk to the kids about death and things like that. So, it's just something that us as humans go through. So it's okay to bring up those negative emotions so that we can get over them. So that's kind of what this kit does in those oils. And then it actually it brings you to one called Present Time, which is my favorite one for like meditation. If you meditate, I have always had a very difficult time just meditating, right? And I guess in the comments, like, do you meditate? Do you meditate, or do you have a hard time meditating? Like, I've always tried to meditate, and I always had a hard time, and I can never I can never focus. And then finally I listened to this one app, and I use this oil, Present Time, and I actually like visualize like the thoughts coming to my mind, and they didn't bother me, and they just like bounced back, and it was just so amazing what this oil does. And you don't have to like sit there and like smell it. There's jewelry you put it on or things like that. Sometimes I'll literally put things like above my lips sometimes if they smell good. Sorry we hear those kids. But yeah, I mean, that is one that kind of brings you in the present time, right? Because when we're thinking about traumatic experiences and going through emotions and things like that and dealing with stress, we need to eventually come back into the present moment, right? We need to come back into the present moment. Someone asked a question about how to kind of deal with stress is you need to eventually come back into the present moment. I know I get really, really, really overwhelmed with feelings sometimes and things like that. And I just have to like shut things out. Like I try and like do all these things, and I have to shut things out. I just have to be in the present and just be in the present. No, like right then in the present, like everything is fine. Everything is going on right here, right now. Right. And then what you do is you end this with inner child. And I love this because it kind of just talks about being your inner child and just kind of forgiving yourself and letting things go. That's my biggest thing, is letting things go. Is like, I have a very hard time stressing out over things that I can't control. Right. Well, and then I go back and I'm like, and like, and I think, well, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. You can't do anything about it, right? Smell and oil. So that's definitely helps. So the Good Day Protocol and the Feelings Kit are definitely things that are really significant. If you have been through a significant or traumatic experience or anything like that, and you're looking for kind of more info on the Feelings Kit, please feel free to message me. None of your stories are shared publicly or anything. Everyone has their own stories to share, right? My stories that I share, when I share them publicly, that's what I do. I tell people to share them. So if you guys have anything that comes up or anything. So I need help with meditation, affirmations, Yes, I think that Good Day Protocol will also help you as well. Hard time with it. Sam, if you don't have present time oil, I highly suggest it's a really, really good one. Yes, I also have to do a guided meditation. There's like free apps or things. So I love those. So I want to know what do you guys do also for self-care, right? What do you do for self-care? What are some things? I've been asking that question in some of my groups on my page. And what do you guys do for self-care? Because like I said, I used to like go like, all right, I'm gonna go self-care in the bathroom and go take a bath, and then I'll like be on my phone like angry texting someone. Like, what? That's not self-care. Put your phone down. I mean, like, so that's what I do. And even like, I'm like, oh, well, I'm just going to go in there and like scroll Facebook. But sometimes I see things on Facebook it's going to upset me. So like, why do I do that? But I know my coloring app on my phone is not ever going to upset me. So I'll just open that. So I just kind of think of things that are really not going to upset me or anything like that. So I really like to go for walks by myself. It's really, really, really hard for me to go on walks in the winter though. And I love to take like a long shower, which is very rare, but I really like to take kind of a long shower. I like to do yoga, and I like to put like the masks on my face, right? So a lot of ways that self-care with oils kind of in the shower and bath is, like I had mentioned, putting oils on your chest, and that can definitely help. I take care of my succulent cute. Yeah, gardening. Gardening is something we really like to do in the summer with the kids as well. I will put oils on my chest before I go in the shower, or just like even drop on the bottom of the shower. Young Living has some things called shower steamers, where you just kind of take them out of the pack, and you can even break them off, break a piece off and throw it in there, and it's kind of like a bath bomb for your shower, and they just dissolve in the bottom of your shower, and they smell so good. In the bathtub, I love to can infuse Epsom salts, or just add the oils to your bath, or even to yourself in your bath. And these are my favorite oils to add to my bath. I keep them downstairs. I really like them for my kids also. So Valor is one, definitely helps also at night, not just to support your confidence and things like that. I really like Valor. I like the way it helps my skin feel as well. Lavender is a good calming one for sure. Definitely add that one for your kids. Peace and calming. All these oils like do just this, you guys, right? Peace and calming and stress away. Definitely, I have a stress away, like 2 in the bathroom down here, 1 in my car, 1 in my purse, 2 upstairs. I know I have stress away everywhere. So yes. And I have a music dance party for at least 30 minutes. I love that. Is that like daily or every month? Is this something that we can join? I love it. I actually used to do dance parties for my students every Friday. We would listen to that "It's Friday" song, and it was just a really good kind of way to get out. So yeah, I mean, just physical activity, seeing how things like that, right, are really, really helpful. So I knew we talked, a lot about kind of like what I use. And like I said, I have really struggled with a lot of things emotionally. Postpartum depression for like over 3 years, you guys, I really dealt with. It was really, really bad. At the end of it was probably like some of the worst. At the end was really bad. I just was feeling really down about myself, and I needed a lot of different changes. So I implemented some of these things, and it definitely got me back on track. But I want to definitely thank some of our winners tonight. Ashley McGee and Katie Rust, I believe that is. I'm going to be sending you girls some Stress Away sample, or a Good Day Protocol Stress Away rollerball, or a mini Good Day Protocol, whatever you choose. So let me know in the comments if you want a rollerball, or just like a full-size rollerball of Stress Away, or if you want 4 mini oils to do the Good Day Protocol. So let me know. And yeah, if you guys have any comments, I don't mind if you come on, or if you let me know in the chat if you have any questions or anything like that. But definitely let me know, follow me so I can help you guys get some of the right things. And I'll be posting the Good Day Protocol. And if anyone needs to do or wants to experience the Feelings Kit, you let me know. But I want to thank you guys so much for coming. All right, Ashley. Sure. Bye, guys. Thank you. Ashley, I'll add you on the Facebook.